So, as most of us are aware, we are, as a church, are going into a significant point of change. We've been building up to it for a long time. We feel God has called us to be an apostolic people on a journey. And in order to fulfill the call of God on our lives, there's a number of things coming together where we're looking to this to be a significant point of change. It's an exciting place in our journey. And at the family forums recently, we've been talking through some of the specific areas of change. Those areas of change include, firstly, a change of name. So we're looking to change the name of the whole church. Secondly, there's a change of leadership. And that is preempted as Nestor and myself look at this being a time of moving towards succession, and our stepping back from overall leadership is prompting us to look again at leadership and what that's going to be like. Thirdly, there's the change of shape, change of structure for the whole church. And then finally, at the same time, there is a change of status for our paid workers, which has some implications on our way forwards. So let's go through these one at a time. First of all, let's talk about quite a big thing really here, which is a change of name. We've had a name called East Midlands Christian Fellowships really for 35 years. That has held us together under a banner and a vision for the East Midlands. Then under that banner, each church would have its own separate name, which we've allowed to evolve over a period of time. We feel that what God is doing for us and with us and leading us into is a time when we're bringing the church closer together and a renaming for the next phase and next season in God. Many people have been involved in this process. We've been testing it out and trying to see what God might be saying. And what finally we've come to what we believe is a name that we're going to be walking with and living with and working under. That name is one word, and it is the word reach. We believe that as a church we're going to be called Reach, one church on many locations. And that name will replace not only East Midlands Christian Fellowship, but also the names of each local congregation. And so in future, we'll be looking at Reach Derby, Reach Leicester, Reach Belper, and so on. And we think this is something that unites us behind what is a prophetic sound for us as a church, that we want to be a people that are reaching forward for all that God's got for us, reaching forward in the journey that He's brought us on. Reaching out into our communities and into even nations, but also are reaching for our own potential, each person reaching for their own fulfillment of their own potential. Secondly, another big change for us is a change of leadership. For Nestor and I, we've had the privilege of leading this church for the last 38 years, and we've announced that by 2020, in 2 years' time, we'll be stepping back from formal leadership of the church. So what we've done is we've brought about a succession team, a number of people from right across the spectrum of the church to help to manage that process and to walk that through together. And together we have come to some conclusions. As a succession team, there was a unanimous sense of feel about what we felt God was saying, having prayed, talked, tested and thought through a lot of things. We've also not just left it with that succession team, but we worked it through with our leadership team, our senior leadership team, and our board of directors. And then finally, we've tested that out with other apostolic leaders that we know and trust from other parts of the nation. And what we have come to is that we feel that Ben Rook should be the person that takes on the senior leadership role from me. Not really just singly on his own, very much as part of a team, but that Ben and Esther would be taking that role together in the future. In order for that to be fulfilled, we also feel that they should move back to Derby and to be based here in Derby in order to take that role. We're very excited about it. We do believe it actually causes others to move into new places, and ultimately we're looking for whole new rafts of people to be raised into leadership as we move forward as a church. And we have to say that we feel very excited and have great confidence in the way that the leadership would take church forward in the future. So the third change is the change of shape and structure, something we've been looking at for now a little while. And under the new name, Reach, one church, many locations, there is a new shape coming into play where a central leadership will lead the whole church, but the church will be built around three main hubs at the moment, hubs of Derby and Derbyshire, not just Derby itself, but across the county, Leicester, Leicestershire, and also Nottingham and Nottinghamshire. So we've got three hubs as the kind of main places that we're building in from. In the future, we really believe that there's going to be new hubs which we'll be planting and looking to work in and through. Ben and Esther will be obviously moving to be part and lead the Derbyshire hub. What does that mean for Leicestershire? It means that we are able to say that Sean and Nola Dooley, who've been working there in the Leicestershire area for a while now, are going to be stepping up to take an overall lead of that hub. And then Aled and Helen Griffiths will continue to lead the Nottinghamshire hub. This new shape and structure, we believe, is going to release more ministry which serves right across the whole of Reach. And that means that we'll be looking for ministry teams that equip and encourage and support ministries all the way across. And so there's a number of different ways we see that happening with different sorts of ministries, ministry to do with worship equipping, perhaps youth, children, pastoral care, working into social engagement, these areas of which we will be looking to work right across the whole. We want to get the very best of our best practice and our best ministries, if you like, serving and working across the whole of Reach. A lot more to say about that, and we'll be unfolding that as we move forward. But our new shape is going to be a very exciting opportunity where we believe there's going to be a raising up of more and more people into function, ministry, and to be released in who they are in God. And then the fourth and final point of change is a change of status for some of us who've been paid workers with the church for many years. And that is that we've been able to live as self-employed workers for the last X years. But now has come a point of change where we believe it's right and it's a proper time to change, where a number of us are going into employed status. This is something that maybe won't affect lots of people, but it has an effect on us as team and staff members, but also on the finances, because there is a cost that starts to come through for that. It also means that for each one of those of us who have been self-employed, there will be different definitions, job descriptions and so on being formed. All of these changes, we are heading towards a beginning point, and that beginning point is the 1st of September this year. Doesn't mean that everything is going to be put together. It doesn't mean that everything is going to be all ready by then. But it does mean that on the 1st of September, we're looking to begin the new start for a new name, a new shape, new leadership, and new status for us. We are really looking forward to this being a season in God. Whilst change has always got turbulence in it, it's also got something very exciting about what potential we've got for a future which we believe God is calling us into.